Cool. All right. Oh, well, I've got a few different things hooked up here. I'm actually gonna start playing my Switch here. Um, I'm gonna keep Facebook up because most people have seen me up on Facebook, at least for starting. Um, should I go? How do I want to do this? Well, I mean, you folks can already see the Switch screen. I suppose I can play it. Like, I wonder if I can make this full screen where I am looking. I'm pretty sure I can. I just gotta... OBS. I've been figuring out OBS, and it's taken more time than what I thought. I meant to get on here a bit earlier, but I have been figuring out the technology. It's all free, though. I found out that a lot of that Streamlabs stuff costs money. And I didn't know that. I didn't think it should cost you stuff to stream. But apparently it does. I guess. I don't know. I just want to make this full screen. Oh, enable preview. That's where we go. And that's not what I wanted. There we go. Excellent. Oh, I cannot hear the Elgato. Do I not have the Elgato audio on? I don't have my desktop audio on either. It's not set to collect it. Does that turn that on? Do I have to add it as a separate audio? That's annoying. Technical problems. And I don't want that up anyway. I just randomly threw my desktop up to fix that random spot there on the Facebook stream. So you might see an empty desktop. I can change that to something later. I have not. I don't know why I still have it as the random Windows 11 screen. I did that a long time ago. I really should have made that a custom background. I'm going to try something real fast. Media player. Let's get the stream canceled. We'll start with this one. We'll play. Okay. So it's picking up that audio. Go away. I don't want to. So maybe it will pick up the Elgato stuff when I get into something louder. Maybe I'm just deaf and not hearing it. Or I have to enable it in a certain way. I'll figure that out.
vessels find a voice, flickering through the void. These little sparks cling on to life. Everyone caught in the struggle, and then the storms of change they fan. The flames scattering ashes to the wind.
Now I can hear it.
Every soul contains a whisper of light, gleaming faintly as it dwindles from sight.
I could not hear it
No
before.
escape, no.
Okay. So I'm just gonna, pretty much this stream, I'm just gonna be playing games, and if anyone wants to come and hang out and talk, they can, and if not, that's fine too. We'll talk about anything political. I feel like we're kind of in a weird sort of fascist state, so I think we could have some interesting conversations about that, you know. Fascism is kind of scary, but it doesn't last forever. I'm gonna see, let's kind of double up my Facebook stream. You can hear me now. Awesome. Cool. Hi. Okay, I'm getting this figured out. I'm gonna turn this Elgato down. That should do you better. I'm also going to turn off the desktop audio for now, just so we don't have that problem. There we go. For the stream, it's gonna be doubled up because of one is actually the window. I have it because I have going through my PC. One is the actual capture from the device, and one is it on my desktop window. I can only see my desktop window one. And if you're on Twitch or YouTube, you'll just see one window. So it's gonna look a little weird. Oh, that's also got me in there twice. I don't know if that'll be a problem. Screw it. I don't care. It's, yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Awesome. Okay. I'm not sure why I went into this. We'll go... I was working on this a little while back. Okay. So this is the story mode for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Basically, you're given a giant map that you get to explore, and you fight spirits, which is the game's kind of way of being like, hey, we've got a bunch of characters we couldn't include, so we're going to use the characters that we did include as stand-in for characters that we couldn't include. So, I don't know this character. That's okay. But we've got this character, Lip. I don't remember what game they're from. But they're going to be represented by this Mii sword fighter. And then we have our own spirit that we pick to support us. You can have it automatically pick the best one for you. I've played this a lot, so I have a lot of spirits that are leveled all the way up. And typically when it tells you you wanted to go with a level 99 one, you probably should. I mean, I guess you don't have to. Alright. Well, come here. This is Totoro. He's gonna sit here because he is too much, and he wants us to be have constant attention and loving. So. Totoro, you're not making this easy getting in my way. I'm getting my ass whipped. Get my ass whipped, Morty. No! I was not ready to jump into this right now, and Totoro is not making it easy being right in my controller space. Pushing my keyboard and microphone around, but it's okay. He needs constant love and attention, so it's not his fault. There we go. I killed her, and I didn't die. I thought I was going to. Yeah, Totoro's here. Yep. Hi there. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're crazy. Oh, that unlocked something way up there. Nintendo has so many characters to pull from. I don't know most of these. I know there are a few you do know, and then you're like, oh, that makes sense. But I have no clue who these people are. That's okay. Metal Man is going to help us. Oh no, I don't know. We'll see who. Yeah, I'll go with Metal Man. Why not? The enemy intends to avoid conflict, and they're represented by a villager. Two villagers. I like to use Ganondorf because he is mostly like a strong power hitter sort of character, a heavyweight, if you will, and he makes these go pretty fast. He's the main antagonist from Zelda, if you don't know, which I hope you would, but I don't know. He's evil, and it's 2025, and evil always wins right now, so it's, you know, it's a safe bet. That's kind of how I feel. Mm-hmm. Got my little train. Okay. Phantom from Zelda. These phantoms are from The Legend of Zelda. God, it's the DS one. I want the Phantom Hourglass. Yeah, I mean, it's called the Phantom. And these phantoms are throughout the freaking the Temple of the Ocean King. You gotta sneak around them because they're deadly. So this is one of those phantoms. It's going to be represented by, I guess, a clear Zelda. Okay. I'll just let it auto-pick for me. I'm not getting into it that deep. Sure, why not? Black hole. You're just gonna lay there, are you? Okay, bud. That's fine. Yep. That's alright. Oh yeah, because they gave Zelda the power to summon one of those in this game. Because they separated Zelda from Sheep. We'll do a live stream of... we're going to do Ocarina of Time. That's going to be one I plan to do pretty early on. I've got all that set up. I'm going to kind of run through on this one and practice with... I've got everything hooked up. A few controllers here and everything. Rubber shield. Boom. Okay. I wasn't sure how well you could see it, but there's my TV there in the background, my CRT and my old consoles. Although most of these games I've got the original copies back there, so... Okay. That's Smash Brothers. I didn't really mean to get into that, but I started it by accident, so I had just to play it a little bit. I was doing Animal Crossing to kind of like, you know, I check on my Animal Crossing villagers. It's a quick process. It's a casual light game to get kind of started in when I get started in on my gaming session. Poof. You're just gonna lay there like that. You realize this isn't like a dog thing. Like, dogs don't typically, like, lay on furniture like this. So, yeah, I'm really not entirely sure what to do with you. Why you need so much constant love and attention. But that's okay. You can do it how you like, I guess. You know, that's fine. That's fine. So yeah, I'm just gonna be like here for a while. Just this. I'm sorry. Animal Crossing might be a little bit boring. I'm gonna show you guys my town a little bit. Um, but we will. I'm just gonna be here. Folks can just come by and if they want to say anything. If not, I'm gonna be gaming anyway. I just was like, why not? The other thing I was gonna work on is at some point I want to work on getting all of my code collected and put up into a GitHub because I really ought to do that. It's not like I've worked on a ton of super big projects that weren't like outside of classes, so I just didn't really feel like I should upload it, but I don't know, I need to have some examples of my work up there. And some of it I feel like is impressive enough. My grad school projects were, so. I got some bells for my hard work. The reigning czar of Halloween. Okay, and get stuff from Jack. Got my interest. Always work through my interest game. Jack's portrait. I don't think I need any more of those. I'm just gonna put it away. Got these gold roses. I've been working on this project for a while. You can see I was nearly done. It's taking forever, and I kind of finally was like not working on it all the time. Not that I was working on it all the time, but I was playing a bit more regularly, I guess. I mean, I hop on and play for like 20 minutes, half an hour. You do that, get to doing that every day, and it kind of builds up. But then I just quit like getting on every day because I was playing games for a bit. So what I'm doing is watering these black roses with my golden watering can, and if you water the specific, this game has like a grid layout, so if you water the specific square right in front of you, you have a shot at them producing gold roses the next day that you get on. Which is how I got all these. Each of these gold roses that you pick is worth 1,000 bells. So it's a cool way, if you like to be able to pull in money quickly when you play, At this point, I've got all the bells I want. It's just if I ever find anyone that wants to play, and I've got a lot of bells, needs any assistance, it's kind of where I am. I'm not getting rid of my town at this point. I've had it since COVID, which is where I got all the extra time to put into it in the first place, so. Okay, yeah, it's still showing. What was I gonna do in here? I don't know why I came inside. I'm gonna leave. Let's leave. So, what's been going on lately? Been seeing ice raids in Chicago. Stuff's kind of been a little nerve-wracking. Because they're like, oh hey, it's a whole apartment building, we'll just go ahead and go and grab everyone and sort them out later. And, Fourth Amendment doesn't really matter, so why, who cares? They're a bunch of people that are we don't really the state sees that doesn't think that their rights really matter all that much, because a bunch of people watching television at home who have nothing to do with Chicago are scared, which is really stupid, but that's where we are. We are a very stupid country, which is why I was hoping to introduce a little bit of something to the conversation. I don't know what, but I figure that there are people that come on and game, and they're famous for being on live streams all the time talking about nothing and being freaking morons. And I was like, I could be a freaking moron and maybe be better at it, at least not like cause so much damage, maybe bring something positive into somebody's life somewhere. It's something I've been thinking about for doing for a while. I've got a lot of ideas, things I want to talk about. And I figure, doing this, the way to get people is also to game, because nobody has an attention span anymore. So I can talk about things that people are interested in, and also play video games to keep people, somewhat entertained. I don't know how well that will go. Clearly, I can still keep talking while gaming, even though Animal Crossing is pretty easy to keep gaming while talking. But I've got my city, my Animal Crossing town pretty well fleshed out here. So my routine is basically like, I'm just gonna go and clean up my island and hit my rocks and collect, just make sure the weeds are all picked up. Got my little center circle here. Oh, thanks, Isaac. I hope you're having a good night too. Where I been? I don't know. Where you been? I don't live for you, Animal Crossing villager. I made your town pretty cool, I'd say. I don't know. It's decent. It's got tons of food. It's a socialist utopia because there's food, there's stuff for everybody, and then there's power and resources, and and nobody has to do anything. So. Buongiorno. Yeah, it's wasted some time. I like to try to get past censorship on these because I'm a child. So, titty fuck. Buongiorno, titty fuck. You'll notice that the way to hit these rocks is to make sure you got something behind you to keep you from getting pushed too far away. See me looking over at the other screen. I'm just kind of like curious, like how well especially with the Facebook stream, how well the different top and downs are matching up. Top and down. I've got the double screens there, Let's also, I'm gonna make sure the other streams are doing okay. There's nothing going on my YouTube stream. I wouldn't expect there to be, nor on my Twitch stream, but I haven't really done anything to promote, so that's okay. I'm new to this and I'm just kind of feeling things out. I've got my treasure back here and a random bath, I guess. I don't know where to sit back there. I spent a little too much time on it. It's okay. It's compared to other games that I play, this is one that I play to relax. And honestly, just tune out. A lot of times I'll do this one and tune out while I'm listening to the news, too. Oh my goodness, Goldie! Oh shit, I don't think we're gonna be able to get her, but man, Goldie's a classic. my town is full though. Maybe I can get her to kick someone out, but I doubt it. What are you doing? Are you gonna be alright? I think with Palms is, and you know, I didn't seek out getting a Pomeranian. I adopted him. You know, and unfortunately, the reality is Pomeranians exist, and they're going to continue to exist. And I know there's a lot of moral issues with dog breeding and whatnot, but Pomeranians have small tracheas, so if you've had a Pomeranian before, you probably know that little coughing sound. Well, they do that quite often. I'm not really sure there's a whole lot you can do about it other than make sure they're able to cough up a little bit. They're fine. You just gotta clear his throat a little bit. I gotta clear my throat sometimes too. Are you okay, bud? It's alright. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Yes. Alright. I really ought to get something for you to sit up here with while I'm on my computer. Alright. Anyone who knows statistics knows that it doesn't matter what you pick, so I just always pick the same one. It's gonna be a 1 in 4 chance regardless. Oh, it's a 1 in 2 chance. Okay. You're gonna get me wrong though. We'll see. Oh, there we go. Loungewear shirt. That's not really useful. Go out, go back in. Let's see if I can talk to her about moving here. I doubt I can, but yeah, I'd be curious. I'm curious, you know. Goldie's pretty cool. You should. Yeah, let's play cards. We get a 1 in 4 shot. You know, put it up to random chance. Oh, we're doing 1 and 2 again. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna go red again. It doesn't matter. So. Aw. Well, I lost. That's okay. Harvey Dent. Can we trust him? Gotta put it up to chance, and that's the only fair way to do things. Apparently, I don't know. I watched the Batman movies recently because I hadn't actually watched those. The Dark Knight trilogy. And then I think of the College Humor bit on it because that's where I was introduced to that first. I mean, I knew of it, but the College Humor bit on it was hilarious. So. Oh, I gotta go get a shovel, another shovel. Got my garden back here. Produce. Peanut. Truffle tit. I forgot I told you that one. Anything is possible. Yeah, I've got a bit of a thing against, I don't know. Maybe it's because I liked South Park too much when I got into middle school. Really more into high school is when I got into South Park, if I'm being honest. I was a little bit more, I wouldn't say sheltered as a kid, but I just didn't see a lot of that stuff. I got more into video games than I did. I knew of South Park, and I knew a lot of like songs from it, but I didn't actually really get into the show more until like 8th grade or freshman year. But it's, you know, I kind of really developed an anti-censorship sort of thing, so I always find it kind of fun to try to figure out how to get things around censors. It's just a thing I do. So we got truffle tit. Plus, again, I'm also just like a child, I guess. Gotta be childish about some things, because otherwise the world is kind of a little bit depressing. Kind of sometimes. You know, we like to spend a lot of money on dropping bombs on hospitals. Because certain people like to drop bombs on hospitals, I guess. You know, it's an interesting hobby. A very American hobby, I guess you might say. I guess it's not really Americans that are doing it right now. It's a certain country that, for censorship reasons, I'm going to avoid saying, even though I just talked about not liking censorship. I guess. The country's name rhymes with Pisreal. But that's okay. Obligatory statement October 7th was terrible. It really was terrible. And yeah, obviously I think that conflating Israel with Judaism is also very anti-Semitic. So people should not do that, and unfortunately I feel like that's made the situation a lot worse. There are a lot of Jewish people who are really upset about the atrocities going on in the West Bank. And unfortunately, for talking about it for the longest time, you can get labeled as anti-Semitic, even for pointing out like obvious things like that Israel is an apartheid state, which they are, and you want to argue with me on that, and it's like, I'm sorry, it's like objective reality. The Palestinians live under a different set of rules within the same borders. That's what an apartheid state is. You can see the ways that they're treated when they have to go across checkpoints that regular Jewish Israelis do not have to go through. Palestinian Israelis are not given those same rights. It is an awful moral quandary, and they're using, I think South Park did it pretty well when they talked about it this last week. It's pretty disgusting to use the horrors of the Holocaust and the atrocities that were committed upon the Jewish people to justify what's going on in the Middle East. I don't really feel like I should have to say that, but, it's... wait, I don't know why I said that. That came out wrong. No, I guess it didn't. I don't really feel like I should have to say that. I guess I feel like these things should kind of be apparent. It's like, well, we shouldn't have to. It should be immediately obvious that killing a bunch of people in one region to clear it out for other people to colonize is wrong. That dropping bombs on hospitals is wrong. Which I know people are gonna be like, oh well, Iran attacked the hospital. And it's like, yes, but we're not. Iran did that in retaliation, and I'm not just saying that it was a good thing that Iran attacked the hospital either. There are certain. We're talking about what's going on in Gaza. I guess it's just me right now. But still, Israel controls everything going in and out. They control the water. They control the electricity. And then they go and against people who have like no real formalized military. They go and destroy their hospitals. And then we're supposed to be like, oh, well, Iran, they attacked the hospital. We need to be freaking out about them. And it's like, well, you guys have been doing it the entire, 2 years. What conversation are we having here, if we're going to do these things, we need to apply them evenly, and we also need to understand that you know, Hamas does things, and then we have agency, and that's why we're criticizing Israel, because Israel's supposed to be our ally and our side. You know, people don't seem to understand that. It's like, oh, why aren't you criticizing Hamas? Well, if Hamas is really like this evil terrorist organization that you say, and you know, like they do commit acts of terror, I'm not like trying to defend Hamas or anything, but you know, they it's like, why would they listen to me? Meanwhile, we've got the things that we're doing that are absolutely terrible to make the situation much, much worse. I would hope that my own government would listen to me. That's just kind of the whole thing, you know? Why aren't you talking about what's going on in Sudan? Sudan's also pretty awful. And I will fully admit to not understanding the topic as well. So I did this when I was working on, when I was playing, I had a roommate and we were watching Breaking Bad again. And he got really into the Breaking Bad memes. I couldn't get Dick to fit on there. But, put your dick away, Walter. Walter, put your dick away. I'm not having sex with you right now, Walter. It's deep in the memeverse for the Breaking Bad community. Mike going after Walter, trying to have sexual encounters with him. That very much of the YouTube poop variety. It's YouTube poop. It's a genre that's existed almost as long as YouTube, where people like to cut things to make it sound vulgar and stupid and childish, because we're all children. And it's cut to make it sound like Mike Ehrmantraut and Walter White are lovers. You know, that Walter White is a sex fiend. So I taught Snake, my main villager. He's been here since the beginning. Taught him that. I don't think I have this. These are clothes I won't necessarily wear, but I'm at the point in the game where I have so much money, I've just kind of like gotten to collecting different things that I don't think I have, and some of these I do end up having, but sorry. A lot of the stuff is stuff that I do end up having, but I can't check right now, and I'm too lazy to go check. And this game can kind of be, you know, I've been at this for a little bit, and I want to be done. So it can take some time. I'm not going to go through and try to check everything, see what I have and what I don't have, so I'm just going to buy it, because I've got so much freaking money anyway. Wealth empowers you to do that, to be all lazy like that, you know. Speaking of wealth, all that inflation is crazy too, right? The soybeans and the groceries and, man, things that wealth protects you from as well. Seems like a lot of people don't. There's a massive disconnect with the leadership in this in our country, but also I'm sure it's at the State House, and you can even see it amongst local leadership. And you've got people who got power, and people who are at the bottom trying to make ends meet. There's a massive disconnect between those folks and what reality actually is, and they just don't seem to understand it. You know, I don't know. Those are things I think about. Because I'm a lame nerd who is broken by politics or something. I'm gonna get my fossils assessed to sell them off my extra crap. put my stuff away and get on to an actual game that isn't just something that I've kind of gotten into a routine of at this point. But I got on here and cleaned up my town, and a big part of that too is when I still am. One thing I am still doing is collecting gold, because gold is hard to come by. And I haven't time traveled on this. I didn't mention that. That's kind of the special thing about this file. I will admit I time traveled once, back an hour, because I wanted the store to be open longer. I think that is perfectly legitimate to force my store to stay open longer, because this game is kind of ridiculous on that. You can't just, like, you should be able to get in your store when you need to get into your store. I don't know. You can't even, like, switch it to be, like, night hours. If I could have done that, it would be different, but you can't just have it all be all night hours or whatever. You know, they have to go in and switch your clock, and I'm just like, I don't want to do it that way. What do I do? I was gonna see if there's any music to buy that I don't have. Not that one. KK Country. I think I got that one. Cassidy's still here. LMFAOOOI. I'm not sure what I made her laugh with, but that's okay. At least someone's watching. If someone gets enjoyment out of it, I guess. Don't feel like you gotta stick around. I'm sure it's not very exciting. Like I said, I'm just gonna be here, so. I hadn't really wanted to game, and I was like, you know, it feels like I'm wasting time if I'm gaming and not, like, doing anything else. So, like, if I game and I stream it, at least I feel like it might, you know, benefit someone else in some way. So. I'm probably going to stream myself gaming more as things go on. I don't need any of these. I have all of my gyroids, and I have all of the fossils. I gotta check. I don't know if I got a violin beetle. Pretty sure I did. And I've got a frick ton of all of that stuff as well. Sold. Don't need any of that stuff. And I did have the violin beetle. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell that too. I guess I didn't really, like, tour my whole town, but you pretty much saw the whole thing. My town kind of, you see it as I go through it, because I've got a pretty set path to cover all ground to get all the weeds and everything else. I deposit in increments of 25,000. Just the way I like to do it. A ridiculous amount of bells, a ridiculous amount of crap in here, in case I ever felt the need to give it to anyone. I just keep it my town going at this point if I'm really being real. I've got a bunch of recipes that I already know, so I gotta get rid of those too. But okay. That's true, Cassie. You're right about that. I understand that as well, but I guess part of it is I've been a little bit antsy just because I haven't had other things going on. So hoping that changes soon, but everything seems to crawl along at a snail's pace no matter what I do. So I just have to embrace the absurdity of it all, because everything is ridiculous right now, and that's fine. Okay. That is that for that. There are a lot of things I'll get into. I have got a pretty decent Pokemon Brilliant Diamond profile. Well, Brilliant Diamond was originally, like, that's kind of where I fell off on Pokemon Gen 4. Gen 3 is still my favorite. I could show my Emerald stuff later on. What are you doing? Are you be right? Okay. I wanted to see what was on here real fast before I get out of this app. Hearts as well. We got Mr. Driller 2 and Klonoa Empire of Dreams. They're Game Boy Advance games, so I'm not going to say that they're going to be great, but they're going to be better than Game Boy games at least. So, and I don't know where I'll put you. I'm just going to throw you next to Mystery Dungeon for right now. The your Mario games are your top tier Game Boy games. I need to play through this one because I really liked Partners in Time on the DS, and this is a precursor to that. It's a good game, but I'm not going to play through it tonight. I also need to play through these two. I need to play through Metroid really, 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 really badly. It's just something I got pretty far in Metroid Dread, and then I got stuck. So I got to get back into that one, and then Super Metroid is one that I've started a few times, and I don't know why I haven't kept up on that one because it's a good game, and I can tell, and it's also as old as I am, so I have no excuse for not having finished it. And I mean that exactly. It's a 1994 game, bitches. So okay. Yeah, I'm gonna show. I really wanted to do Zelda games at some point, like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. My sister Angie I was told I was gonna show her my Tears of the Kingdom profile at some point, but I got a few titles here. Let's see, it's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 60 plus 42, so 102. That's a decent amount. Granted, a lot of them are cheapo, like that one. That's a demo. That's an app. Some of them have multiple games in them, though. That's 3 games. Again, that one's a bit cheaper. This has a bunch of games in it, but they're Genesis games. This is a game I played way too many times because I bought it on about every platform I can because I am broken and obsessed with it, and I like to waste money. Pokemon, Yellow is classic, so and that's another app. I beat Portal. I have not beat Portal 2. Again, more Nintendo 64 stuff. This I got, and then I didn't really get into it. I bought it for class reunion because I was like, I need something sports in case anyone wants to play video games that are into sports, and it didn't really end up going that way. And honestly, the Switch is not that great for sports. I will fully admit that. Switch 2 is hopefully better for sports. I'm going to get a Switch 2 at some point. That's Metroid Dread that I need to beat, and I really need to play through Metroid Prime as well, because that's a classic game that I haven't played through. Monopoly isn't one that you play through, right? It's one you go to when you have friends around. Minecraft I've kind of messed around on it. I bought Minecraft because a friend was like, hey, get it and we'll play together, and then it never happened. So, I got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's obligatory. Mario Party Superstars is unfortunately not the good one. That's Jamboree, and I'm going to get that later on. This one I got pretty far in, but I don't know why I never beat it. I think I just fell out on it because I got busy. I've beaten L.A. Noire a few times. I had it on the 360. Then I sold my 360 and all of my games for it and got it on the PS3. Hindsight is that that was kind of an interesting decision on my part. My PS3 doesn't work right now though, so I like. One thing about me is I like to make sure that I can access the games that I've had. So since I didn't have that one, I got a new copy on here. These games are long, and these games are classic. I got pretty far into this one, this one's a bullet hell. This one I'll never beat because I'm not good, and I'm not worthy. I know people who are. I've got a little cousin. Little cousin. He's not that little, but he's apparently pretty good at it. But I'm not. This is a classic one as well. A couple classics. I'm gonna say that a lot. I feel like. Okay, let's be done with this. We're going to. Well, I will leave this up because I've got it set on to be like on the vertical screen. So I don't know what I'm gonna leave this screen up with. Let's go with something fun. I don't know. Here's an idea. There's my stream. That's cool. Let's go with. Aw. I picked up that I'm okay. Well, that's fine. This has an interesting flash screen. So splash screen, whatever you want to call it. I don't need it up now. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm gonna turn off the sound on the Elgato. Gotta fix my volume mixer because I can still hear my Switch going. What am I doing? What are you doing, Ben? Do you know? I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Yay. Now I'll have that as a random splash screen on my vertical stream for Facebook. My other streams won't have that because it's just showing my desktop. At least it will be once I get this close and set to my display capture. Are you okay, bud? You can be alright. You're freaking nuts, you know that. So yes you are. Yes you are, you're crazy. Alrighty, so. Hey D, what's up? It's been a minute since I've heard from you. Just trying to make myself do some streaming. I've been meaning to do it for a while. I just, actually got to put pen to paper. I'm the kind of person that can overthink doing things. This is Totoro. If you don't know Totoro, he's a puppy. A Pomeranian. So, we had a Pomeranian when we were kids. So you might remember Minnie. Totoro's kind of like that, but smaller. So, alright, what am I going to get into? So, I was gonna go into some of the different game stuff that I have set up. Let's go with setting this as my primary for right now, so you can see how insane I am with icons and stuff, because I'm where'd it go? It's okay. Well, I did it before when I did this. That's okay. I'm not gonna. I've got a point. My point was that I've got a bunch of icons because I'm erratic, and I keep them really organized because I am. Is it OCD? I don't know if OCD would be the right term. And I haven't been diagnosed with anything, and I don't want to play armchair psychologist. Anyway, God, I'm going to come across completely unhinged. Oh, man. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. It's okay. I'll show you what I mean, because I just messed it all up. So, but I keep my desktop organized like a crazy person. So, and I don't have actual Google Office because my Ball State thing expired, and I was like, I don't want to pay Microsoft any more money because Microsoft is. I mean, honestly, like, what more money do you need for freaking Office software? It's so dumb. Office software is perfected like 20 years ago, and they still feel like they get to make all of our freaking get to control all of our lives and whatnot. And it's like, dude. Keep all my games down here in the right. Why do I do it? Because I have an OCD thing. And I've got a thing about trying to keep just about every game I can play playable on this one device. Even though you might see all of those. I'm getting my my social medias back up because I kind of had to mix all that. The Galaxy bundles on Switch, yeah, when I get some money for it. I mean, thing is, I already have Galaxy One, and I haven't spent any money on games this year because things are a little bit more tenuous on that front than what I would like. But that's okay. Nothing lasts forever, and I will certainly eventually get that. And it doesn't look like it's going to be a limited time, like the last bundle that they have, which I did get. No, I didn't get it. I didn't get a physical copy, and I kicked myself for doing that because those physical copies are worth something. But I do have a digital copy of the 3D All Stars collection. That's what it's called. I got all my coding stuff here. Cursor is a really cool tool. That's where if you hear anyone talking about AI replacing coding jobs, that's evidence of that because it makes coding a lot easier, and it's going to make people who learn how to code like me irrelevant. So that's fun. Hey, bud, it's okay. You're gonna be okay. Cough it up. It's gonna be all right. All right. I'm sorry, but I'm doing this right now. I'm going to make you watch me because this is who I am. Oh lordy. What do you need? We'll take care of it in a second. I know what you want, and I don't want to have to take a break quite yet. I at least want to get through this and get a game pulled up so people can know what I'm going to be doing. And then I know exactly what you need, and I'm not going to say it because once I do, you're going to freak out. And I'm afraid of what you're going to do to my desk. Yeah, you got the physical copy? Yes. Yeah, I mean, the thing is you got to get that Galaxy bundle because of the freaking it's got Galaxy 2. I mean, you're probably going to download. You could just download it, just Galaxy 2 alone, but you probably want the physical copy. And I know some of those games have like the weird it's just a key, but I'm pretty sure this one is going to have the full game on it, especially with it being like a Switch 1 cart as well. I really want to get a Switch 2, and it's probably a dumb reason, but the reason I want to is simply due to the fact that I want to play Zelda in a stable frame rate. 60 FPS gaming has become something that I've really grown to appreciate as I have gotten a bit more into the PC side of things, and just the PS5 side of things. I've been able to stream with my PS5 for a minute, but you can only stream to one platform at a time with it, and it's the stuff I've been overthinking that I'm finally just like making myself come out here and actually do something, So, got my socials there. Almost done here. Just me being extra. More socials. I think I had a Kindle over here for some reason. Game stuff will bring you down one. Close enough for now because I'm not gonna make you it's taking a little bit of time, but this is kind of I'm a little bit anal about having my desktop all organized so I can find things. It's just how I am. People who worked with me when I was working at Tech Systems a few years back might remember something like this. So I mean, it's not perfect. I'm gonna go through and put things together, but it's there for the most part. I can also go through and show like some of my coding projects later on, but that's nothing that's really all that interesting for online stuff. It's not things that people are going to want to look at. It's like, ooh, lines of code, and then it made a pretty picture at the end. I made a graph of something that I don't really care about. All right. So I think I was going to pull up Dolphin. Because my first thing is I've got Dolphin and I've got a GameCube controller. This is one from when I was a wee young person. Aw. It freaking did that again. I'll get it. It's okay. There we go. I did it right that time. So what I was trying to get it to do automatically earlier when I set this to be my primary monitor, I had this stuff all on my secondary monitor so everyone wouldn't see it, so I didn't come across like a crazy person. But I figured I'd go ahead and show you guys now because I don't know. I changed my mind. And I'm pretty certain I'm probably going to become across as unhinged anyway. Anyway, where can I see myself in my stream? There I am. That's not a good one. OBS, where are you? Now here's me with my orange controller. This is actually one from when I was a kid. I replaced both the thumbstick and the C-stick. It's plugged into a main flash adapter I've got over here. So I've got my controllers hooked up to be legit like that. Controllers are kind of something I'm a little bit of a whore for. I like controllers, and I got into a little bit of collecting them. This is an N64 one I will use when I'm playing Ocarina of Time. And then I've got my Sega Genesis controller, which I'm going to use for 2D platformers. And I like it because it's got such big buttons for 2D platformers, That's when they made controllers that they're just like, it's beefy. And then I've got my DualShock 4. I have my Pro controller, which I've been playing my Switch with. I've got a DualSense, but I am not really doing that right now. Using that in here because I've got it connected to my my PS5, and I only have one. I had a second DualSense, but I gave it to my friend in return for his controller with a dead stick, and I tried to fix the stick, replace it with Hall effects, and it came close, but it's the wrong kind of board because Sony are being real dicks about it, so it didn't work. But that's okay. So, long story short, he needed a new controller. I gave him mine and took his broken one, and I made it more broken. But that's okay. Isn't that right, bud? Now I know what you need to do, right? Do you want to go? I know what you need to go. You want to go do pee potty? You want to go pee potty? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You want to go pee potty? All right. I'm going to get up the game I wanted to pull up. and Sonic Heroes, because I started this on a stream with a friend on his stream a while back, and then he didn't finish it, and I'm just gonna play a little bit where I was. But I'm gonna go take Totoro to go pee potty, so you'll see me disappear for a second. Okie dokie, I am back. Totoro got his business done. Where is my chat? Yeah, D, you're right about that with the Galaxy bundles. They are Digital Foundry is always has excellent stuff on this. I've played this longer than 4 minutes. Oh well. I'm going to be a little bit erratic and all over the place. That's okay. Crazy, crazy over the rainbow. I need to make sure my controller... No adapter detected. No, that's nonsense. This is detected. Oh lordy. 1 second. I was using a different adapter last time I did this. Okay. It just registered a little bit differently because my one device is a Nintendo device. I've got one that's actually Nintendo, and then I've got one that's Mayflash. So I just have to figure out which one of these is it. This is going to be annoying. That's okay. That's okay. Well, this is a stream to make sure that I've got everything working. So I apologize that you're going to see me work through these hiccups, but it's kind of the nature of the game, unfortunately for you. There we go. It's controller port 3 for some reason, even though my thing has it as controller port 1. That's fine. That's definitely not... Okay, whatever. Whatever. Okie dokie then. Okie dokie then. A pirate doesn't say okie dokie then. A pirate says... Arr. Yeah, I've lost my mind over the last few years, in case you haven't noticed. And I haven't talked to you in a while, but that's okay. I might be a little bit erratic sometimes. That's just kind of how I am. Well, I guess I've always kind of been that way. I may have presented as not being quite so erratic at some points, but I don't know. Let's go right past my glaring mental illness / deficiencies / I don't know if they call them deficiencies though. Well, oh, I was also gonna play this. This is for Halloween, so I'm definitely gonna get into this more this month. But I wanted to play this a little bit just because this is one that I had gotten worked out to. I think I did it with Scooby-Doo as well. I've got custom textures and some mods to make it 1080p and not 1080p, but like 4 by the right aspect ratio and everything. And Totoro's gonna be on the floor for a little bit just because he's he got in his zoomy mode. So let me get my chat stuff back up because I got everything fixed. So is anyone watching here on Twitch? I don't think so. I don't know how to use Twitch nearly as well because I'm an old-fashioned millennial, so I'm more like YouTube, Facebook kind of guy. But it's okay. So I was playing. I'm gonna do one more thing. I gotta get my mouse back. I'm doing stuff on a different screen. That's why you're seeing weird little blips. Just because I'm fixing some sound stuff. There we go. I gotta turn Dolphin down so I can hear myself think. Okay. Got OBS up. My Elgato is showing on a screen there, kind of dimmed, just because I didn't have anything to fill in on that window. I don't really know how to get this. I haven't really figured out how I want to do the vertical sort of streaming I have on Facebook. Twitch and YouTube have a much more standard sort of stream setup with a 16:9, so that's kind of what I have going there. Hopefully everyone can hear the game all right. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're fixing technical stuff here, so let's figure that out. I think we're at the forest. So one thing about Sonic Heroes that I think is interesting. Ooh, we'll do the cutscene. Low resolution cutscene. I always loved Eggman's air fleets. Like no, there's Metal Sonic. We got you, Metal. There we go. Metal Sonic first appeared in Sonic CD back in 1993, I think. 92? I don't know. I always liked Eggman's his flying fleets. You probably really aren't supposed to because he's the bad guy. And you know, military. He's like a military. He's got to be a military contractor, right? I mean, that's how they portray him in the newer films. That's the only way that works. You probably shouldn't want that. But as a kid, I was always like, man, it'd be so cool. Oh no! What the hell? Okay. This skill issue, I bet, right? And my controller is now not responding. What happened? Well, poop. That's what this stream is about, right? Oh, and now it's back. I may go back to using my other controller adapter at some point. It was working just fine. Well, that was dud. I wonder what your problem is, but that's okay. I'm not entirely sure. Does it think it's controller 1 now? No. It's gotta be controller 3, because that's what was just working. There's no way the controller just freaking up and died on me either. Curses. Well, when in doubt, I'll just use my PS4 controller. This will probably work better anyway. I just am a bit more used to using the GameCube controller on that game. I mean, especially because I'm in Dolphin. But that's okay. I'm not going to force you to make me to watch all that right now. I'll figure out what's going on with that another time. Close. Is it not showing anything on my display capture? Ah, that's no bueno. Oh, curses. We're dealing with technical problems. This whole stream is about. Ooh. There we go. Well, for a second, at least. That's not what I meant to do. Ah! Ooh. Poopies, poopies, poopies. Maybe having all these dongles connected at once isn't a good thing. But I want to have to keep climbing back and forth behind my computer. For some reason, when it starts playing a game on Dolphin, it doesn't want to show on the screen. It's an interesting problem. My phone's going off.